What's up, speaker fam? Welcome to I Speak Organized. Today's video is going to be an organizing tutorial to help you declutter and take inventory of all of your kids' toys just in time for the holidays. If you're like me and you're about ready to drop some serious hard-earned cash on gifts for your family, then you're going to want to spend a little bit of time decluttering and taking stock of all of the things that your kids already have so that you're not buying duplicates or buying things that they just don't need. So I'm going to walk you through the whole process step by step, exactly the way that I would do it for a client. So stick around and let's get into it. My name is Melanie and I'm your professional organizer and productivity consultant. What does that even mean? Welcome back, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Melanie and I'm your professional organizer and productivity consultant. I help hardworking families and professionals find form in their space and purpose for every phase of life. If you're into all things home organizing and decluttering, as well as productivity practices and motivation techniques, then you should definitely consider subscribing to my channel and become a member of the Speaker Fam. All you have to do is hit the little circle icon of my face at the end of the video, and that will make you an official member of my family, and know that I would be honored to have you on board. I make new videos every week, so make sure that you hit the little notification bell so that you never miss another opportunity to learn something new about organizing and productivity, and just to hang out with me because we have a fun time. Okay, we're gonna get serious here because this is something that I've been putting off doing for a very long time, and I'm getting ready to do probably 90 to 100% hopefully of my Christmas shopping on Wednesday of this week, so in 2 days. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I am going to go through all of their toys and declutter, and I'll talk you through the step-by-step process. So if this is something that you need to do, we're going to do it together. And my toy organizing system is an absolute hot mess right now. So if you think just because I'm a professional organizer, I've always got it together and everything is super organized, I get that question a lot from friends and clients and random people. And the fact is that it's just not true. I am not always organized, and you'll see when I go through everything with you just how bad it can get. And I need to take some of my own advice and be a little bit more consistent about rotating toys and making sure that things and pieces get put back in sets and all that stuff. And yeah, so let's jump on into it. All right, the very first step in this process is to gather all of your kids' toys to the best of your ability, with the exception of some of the bigger pieces that are hard to move or that are stationary, and put them all into one room. And I know this is a super daunting task, but it's really, really important that you start with this because you want to be able to see exactly what you have and how much you have, because that's going to help you determine what you're going to be buying for your kids and how much you're going to be buying, and it may help you evaluate or re-evaluate your priorities in that area. So I went to every room of the house and I just collected all of the toys. I made sure that I got down to eye level of what my children would be seeing. So that means that I'm getting down on my hands and knees and I'm looking in random places for, you know, where they would stash things, and checking under couch cushions for pieces to games and puzzles and stuff like that. And you kind of have to think the way that your kids would in order to be able to find everything that might be hiding in an unsuspecting place. And then the next thing that you do, like I had mentioned, is to gather it all in one space so that you can go through every item piece by piece. All right, to the best of my ability, I have gathered all of their toys from the playroom, their bedrooms, and the living area where we have little things stashed for them to do activities and things like that when we're hanging out. So I'm gonna just start going through everything that I have. And in terms of setting up organization systems for each room, I like to think about what types of activities I feel are appropriate for my kids to do in each space. So, you know, it really is going to come down to preference, what's most important to you for your kids in their bedrooms and their playroom and wherever else in the house you want them to play. Some of my clients like to keep everything in one space, like in a playroom, and then there are other people that kind of like to have things spread out throughout the house, and I like to try to be very intentional about all of that as I go through everything. So I'll explain to you how I personally do it with my family. For my kids' bedroom, I like to keep all of the toys very sort of low key. I'm trying to find dolls and books and stuffed animals, things like that that are very quiet, kind of soothing and relaxing, so that we can have story time and quiet activities before naps and bedtime. And then in their playroom, that's where I keep a lot of the activities that can be a bit louder. They have more space, so I can put the tumbling mat in there. I can put the little baby exercise gym and all those things. My kids are pretty little still. If you've watched my channel before, you know I have a 2.5-year-old and an 8-month-old. And so that is how I kind of function in that space. And then we do spend a fair amount of time as a family in the living room, and I like to have a few toys for the kids so that they're not constantly going up and down the stairs. So I do keep more of the creative craft type of activities down here, like markers and crayons and things to draw and color. I like to have those toys and games which the kids might need a little bit more help with. To learn how to do or to use. I like to keep those in the living family area where we can do them together. So that is kind of the process that I go through as I am moving things around and determining where they're gonna go. It is the easiest to use these big cubes. And the reason why I don't always really like them is because it's very easy for things to get super mixed up. And it makes it difficult to keep the organization system consistent. At the same time, it makes it really easy for the kids to help learn responsibilities and chores in terms of helping to clean up and things like that. And what I always tell my clients that choose this type of organization system for toys is that you need to kind of go through the bins consistently once a week or so and make sure that you are keeping your categories in line and that things aren't getting all mixed up. And as you can probably see, I have not been doing that very well. There's all kinds of random things everywhere. And then the toys that are activity sets, they don't end up being able to play with the toys the way that they're intended and the activity that's supposed to teach them a certain skill or development, and I'm not providing that experience for them with the lack of organization. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that and put everything back together. Okay, I'm diving in and starting to build piles and categorize things for both kids and toys that I want to rotate between them and toys that sort of go together. We're gonna start making our categories. Okay, so a couple other systems that I have that I want to show you. If you want to save a little bit of space with things like puzzles or Legos, it's really great to have pouches. And you can either have these, I have cloth pouches like this, or if you've seen in some of my other videos, I use those clear mesh pouches. I will link to those in the description below. These are from Lovevery. I'm not sponsored by that company, but I absolutely love them for kids' toys, and they are really into pouches to help organize the things that come in their kits. I also have these really super cute boxes. They're the Spritz brand, and you can get them at Target, and they're actually gift boxes. This is a birthday box. These are maybe like $5 a piece, and they're super cute and very sturdy, and I love to use them for organizing. Okay, let's talk about my basket system really quick. So I have a couple of different baskets that I leave stationed around the house, and usually they're filled with random toys that need to end up in their original homes. So what I've started doing with my toddler is having her take the basket and help me take the toys back to where they belong. So it's just a good place to have a temporary home for things that are out of place. And I have a whole video tutorial that I did like 3 or 4 months ago that I'll link to up in the cards. You can click on that, or down in the description below you can click the link and that'll take you to the video that explains the whole basket system process in detail. I also have a blog post about it if you would rather read about it, and I'll link to that in the description below as well. I'm going to show you all the different zones that I have in my house and how I have everything configured, and maybe it'll give you some good ideas for how you might want to put some of your own systems together. So let's go check that out. Okay, up in the playroom I have a combination of activity toys that we can do together as well as independent play. So there are books that Rose can grab for herself, and then I have storybooks and thin paper page books that I like to read to her, and I keep those up on the top shelf so she's less likely to grab those and tear the pages out. And then I have this like sit to stand activity center for my youngest daughter so she can start working on her crawling and standing. I have this bin up here has all of the little foam numbers and letters so we can start practicing our numbers and letters. And below that I have these foam shapes, and they're the outlines to the activity mat that you can put together. So what I've done here is I have put all of the different colors. I've tried to coordinate them with the bag so that my daughter can practice her colors as well. So she's got letters, numbers up here, and then she's got a color activity down here. We have electronics and musical instruments in here, so loud, noisy, annoying toys in the playroom. And then this is an independent activity bin for my older daughter and an independent activity bin for my younger daughter. So basically just different textures, little you know, like image cards and mirrors and things that she can kind of look at her on her own, and then some really simple puzzles, and that is pretty much it. And then we have our TV so we can have our movies and stuff like that, and so that's kind of how that works up here. Hi Rose, what are you doing?
I'm drawing.
You're drawing, can I see? Oh, you're doing such a good job. Okay, over here is our little art corner, and Rose is doing her Magnadoodle, and then I have in this drawer right here, I've put a little box where I keep crayons. We kind of, yeah, we ration the crayons out because, you know, she likes to draw all over her table and the furniture and stuff. So we like to ration those out for good behavior. And then she's got all of her coloring books and paper and stuff like that in this drawer right here, so she can kind of sit at her little desk and do her thing. And then I have her little kitchen set all put back together, and for her birthday, her grandma got her some extra kitchen accessories, so I put all of those in this little box. So this will be our little kitchen kit, and that sits right in there. Super easy. So that's all been put back together. Here is her basket for things that need to go back to their homes. And then I made all these different little kits to play with. So this one is like trucks and blocks and like wood toys, things like that, just sort of like miscellaneous things that don't necessarily have a specific category. So that goes in there. This one has some special books and stickers and the puzzles. So that goes in there. And then this last one has some of her dress up stuff. So those are the little kits that I've put together that are sort of like activity kits that we can play with together. She's got her little backpack here, and then I have all of the little foam block pieces, all the little puzzles, all arranged to put together for the play mat. And then my younger daughter has her play mat over here. I have all the girls' favorite books that they like to read. And then each girl over here gets an activity bin. So this activity bin is for my 8-month-old. So it's got, you know, a mirror in here, and it's got teething, toys, and rattles, and just like some sensory stuff that she can play with. She's currently crying, so I've got to go figure that out. And then this is my older daughter's activity bin where she can practice her fine motor skills, and there's tons of toys to work on that. This is their not so Pinterest worthy room situation. So my youngest is starting to crawl, so I left this space down here bare, and then I have a collection of books for her for nighttime, and then I have a collection of books for my older daughter for bedtime stories, and then I just have some extra bags in there, you know, all my storage bags that I like to use. And that's really all I did over there. And then on this side is their stuffed animals, and my daughter has decorated the toy chest, so you know. And I have the toy chest divided, and we'll kind of rotate the stuffed animals, but these are the ones that the two girls sort of gravitate towards, or they were gifts given specifically to them, so they each have their own set of stuffed animals. And the bear will guard everything else. And that's really it for their room, so we keep it nice and quiet. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I know that I feel a million times better, and I have a really good idea of the types of things that I want to invest in this Christmas season for my kids. And it's just nice to have everything back in some semblance of order, and I'm going to try to do better with maintaining my own system, and that's what I encourage you to do as well. Go through this process on a more regular basis, and it's not going to take you very long at all. And you may end up paring things down and sort of reassessing the priorities that you have in terms of what you buy for your kids. Hopefully that's helpful to you. I really hope that you got value out of this video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and have an awesome day. Bye.